one of the questions people have is about the range of things I'm making. And the best way to understand that is by going between different media, different processes. The imagery is put under different pressure, different selective pressure. Also, everything you're seeing here is made serially. So I never make one of something. In the books, there's 31 spreads per book. With these works on paper, each series is made up of 12. Partly the number 12 recurs in this project because I'm releasing the NFTs monthly, so I'm thinking about a calendar year. Often I'll work in a decimal way, but by going between 3D printing, drawing, etching, back to painting, certain slippages happen or certain mutations get picked up. So the analogy is always between genes and memes. I work in the world of memes and cultural production and cultural transmission, and my work is about traditions of images and how do you update those traditions and how do you embed those traditions within something new. So what you're seeing behind me is aspects of 4 series where I take, this is one of the close-ups on the Sydney Ducks. This is a character called Sydney, and he runs a rival gang, and in this series I zoomed in on the characters and started to invent another scale of detail and ornamentation and psychedelia in a way. I mean, these things take on a different meaning because we're in San Francisco and there's a culture of hippies or a remnant of that, but they would mean something different in London. Then there's another series behind me which is called the Sydney Ducks versus the Variants of Concern, and they are set in boxing rings, and they're very much about competitions between appetites. So appetites of eating or friendship or attention spans or sex or whatever it is, and they're fighting. Then this series of tongues. There was in the books I was making, I saw a lot of tongues. I don't know what this is to do with, but it seemed interesting to take all the tongue drawings and combine them into new narratives. And often these dramas, these stories, are set within perspectival spaces, Euclidean spaces, floors or carpets. These might be the carpets in Vegas casinos. These might be sinister dramas or romantic dramas. Something to frame them is they're to do with alchemical emblems. So there's this tradition pre-science where art and science are much more intertwined, and scientific concepts are represented through drawings. And these drawings are highly symbolic, and they can be read in the same way that painting can be read by a painting reader. And I'm interested in joining those two things back together. And part of the residency has really been about discovering again my long-standing interest in the tarot and alchemical emblems and hermetically sealed worlds. That's a challenge for me as always. How do I get the work out of the book, out of the studio, out of my own understanding of it? And that's part of what the exhibition will be.